Are you excited?
Well, yeah, I'm stoked. I can't wait.
I mean, this is the most fun, one of the top fun things we do of the month.
I think it's the most fun thing we do of the month.
And this
Are
is
you
it.
excited? You with your Superman shirt?
This is the last Town Square.
Oh man, this is the last Town Square. That makes it kind of bittersweet, then, doesn't it?
Yeah, say Happy New Year. This is New Year's Eve.
Well, now I'm sad.
Welcome back to Talking Story. Hey, my name is John Minton. That right there is my co-pilot, and let's just face facts, best producer on BookTube.
Wow, co-pilot.
Yeah,
I'll take that. That's more fun.
Honestly, that's on bathroom walls. So
it's not. My name's Jakob.
But here's the thing: you're totally in charge. I have no buttons. I have nothing going. This is all you.
It feels good to take the power back out of your hands. So
honestly, I'm not even a co-pilot. I'm a lowly passenger on Town Square Airlines.
Well, are you ready to get into it and just sit in your chair and enjoy the ride?
Are you gonna go over the safety precautions before we take off?
Well, if you don't know what Town Square is once a month, our people, lovely people on Patreon, get to submit a 2 to 3 minute clip to us, and at the end of the month, we sit down just like we are right now and react to all of it. So if you want to get in on that, details in the description, head over to the Patreon and you can figure out how all that works. And if you just want to watch it, then you're already here. There's nothing else you have to do.
And right down there, hey, we got all kinds of stuff. We got Blue Sky and Twitter and
Blue Sky, Discord, Twitter,
keep up
Instagram.
With everything. Yeah, absolutely. Keep up with everything. If these amazing episodes on YouTube are not enough, and my goodness, how could they be?
Amazing's a really strong word.
What's up, Book Beasties and Talking Story fam? I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. I wanted to do something different this time after the last one. It was a little sentimental, a little bit of a tearjerker.
Oh, thank you for saving us, Chris.
Hey, bud.
Yeah.
Did Mom say what's for dinner? Roast. Roast. Welcome to Talking Story. I'm John Minton, and that is my wingman, my Robin to my Batman. How you doing today, Jacob? We are here. It's been a good holiday, yeah.
He's got the look how deadpan he is.
Okay, then. We're here to talk about some exciting things. So we talk about some books that you could read at Christmas time. These are some books that you could read to capture that Christmas spirit. You could say that reading these books could give you a certain feeling. Please don't. You know what I'm talking about. Please don't say it. Oh, yes. There's no need. I'm going to do it. Reading these books will keep you feeling that Christmas jingle tingle. Definitely not. If you know what I'm saying. I've got my good friend Pooh here.
Did you have to bring him? How you doing, Pooh? You need to be here.
Now, why do you dislike
Pooh
so much?
I think you know why.
Because he's my favorite son? You know I'm just kidding. Anyway, here are the books. Grab yourself an ice cold beverage. Just a small
2-liter DDP.
Little. That's quite a drink of Dr. Pepper there, Pop. If you're still watching this, you are a book people, and that means you're my kind of people. I'm John Minton, and that is
the bearded book beast.
if you play your cards right, maybe.
Nice.
Everybody have a happy holiday. Thanks for hanging out with us.
See you guys.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Dude, he nailed you.
Oh my god. I love that he's like, all right, I gotta do Jacob.
Yeah.
Hello.
That was dude, he nailed it. That was awesome. That was straight
His
up
version
awesome.
of you is just like Chris Walken gesturing everywhere. That's
I don't know why. I don't know where he gets that from.
yeah, from reality is where
You
he
think
gets
so?
it from. Yes.
Chris, I don't do that. Stop it. I find myself far more realistic
That was so amazing. I didn't even notice what books he was talking about.
Dude, it was Christmas books. I was laughing too hard to even see. I saw Krampus.
I think Advent of Winter was in there. That's cool.
And Krampus. That was amazing. That was awesome.
Hey, this is Angela McCollister. I wanted to put more of a spotlight on my bookcases that are either favorite authors or special editions. Up here, Sharon K. Penman, historical fiction, tied for first as my favorite author, and tied for first as my favorite book is her book When Christ and His Saints Slept.
Oh yeah, look at
here we have
look at
Queen
Robin Hobb.
Hobb.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Here behind the dinosaurs are my Easton Press Masterpieces of Fantasy collection. Plus that Star Trek book is actually Barnes & Noble. The dinosaur book is my only folio society. It's Stephen Broussard's Rise and Fall of the Dinosaurs, which is my favorite nonfiction. Yes, I'm a dinosaur geek. Down here, not the bottom shelf, but the rest of my Easton Press, Lord of the Rings.
Nice.
Then that 100th birthday edition of Lord of the Rings with Alan Lee artwork.
Wow.
And then I've got some George R. R. Martin. He's not in my top 8, but those are basically special editions. Over here,
wait, there's more.
Books themselves are not special editions, but I got the Juniper Press covers. Those are all first editions because the first book came out when I was in college. So down here, this is the other author tied for first as my favorite author, GGK.
Yes.
And The Lions of Alvarezan is the book that's tied for first.
That's the next one I'm doing.
Book of all time.
That's the next GGK.
Here we go.
Doing.
We have some Tad Williams. Then we've got some Mercedes Lackey. And there's a book stand on there because I'm going to be next week Kickstarter for a special leather-bound edition of all of her short stories is going to go on sale. Over here we've got Brando Sando, and of course, on over here, some of my all of my Grim Oak that I have so far.
Gorgeous.
Adrian Tchaikovsky. And those are my top 8 authors.
Dude.
Thank you.
Dude, she's got look.
That is the definition of a home library.
It is like
that is insane.
She could sell tickets.
Yeah, if people won't remember, last month she sent in a submission just showing off all her shelves.
Shelf after shelf.
And there were many.
Oh my gosh, yes. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Wow. Well done, Angela.
I bow down, Angela. Awesome.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, you beautiful book people.
Chris.
I'm Chris Ritchie, honorary doctor of metaphysics in the area of Tingle research. And I am back for this month's Town Square with an oldie and a newie. Before I get into that, I have a little segment I like to start called Because Who Doesn't Love a Fun Fact? The U.S. Navy still navigates by the stars, but not in the way you think. This is an intercontinental ballistic missile, or a nuclear missile. When they're launched, which creates a nice dip in the boat, they're loaded with star charts, which they use to compare against the sky and verify their target area before releasing their payload. Last month, I started off with a time travel sci-fi. So this month, I'd like to start off with a time travel fantasy, Drywater, by Eric Nyland. This story is about an author going on a writing retreat who discovers he's actually a prophet. The way he time travels is not physical, and he does it in order to gain knowledge and experience. I thought it was very unique at the time and was an overall great concept for a magic system. Next, since it's the end of the year, I'm going to talk about my book of the year, Dandelion Wine by Ray Bradbury. It's a series of connected short stories set in a small town, with the overarching theme being the coming-of-age story for 2 brothers. This story absolutely blew my hair back, as the kids say. It's tough to put into words how emotionally impactful the story was and how well it was written. It takes the imagination of children and creates these sci-fi and fantasy stories based on just the imagination of children. It's absolutely phenomenal. 100% think everybody should read it. And lastly, I have a worldwide exclusive for the Talking Story community. I'm horrible at self-promotion. Other than having my book here, I haven't actually said the title, Small Town Problems. I recently decided to commission character art, which I'm going to do more of in the future, and had the alien Haralde drawn by my artist, Leonardo Scalia.
Oh, nice!
Oh, wow.
I did this in part to help celebrate 100 books being sold since the revision released in September of 2023. And I wanted to say thank you to those who have read it and given it a chance, as well as those who have reviewed it. Aaron over at Bilbo Theory, Nico at Miko's Book Reviews, Andrew Wizardly Reads, Chris over at the Bearded Book Beasts, and lastly, but certainly not least, the Goblin of BookTube, Daniel Green, which was a wild experience, and the reason I made that revision that I released last year, without his constructive criticism, just being open and honest about the review, I wouldn't have made this major revision, which is, the book is so much better now. And
that's
as an
awesome.
author, I learned a lot, and hopefully I'm going to be doing better going forward. So with that said, thank you all for this month, and I'll see you next year.
Dude, that's awesome. That is awesome. All right, so here's my thing. I'm gonna release some tidbit, some nugget of premiere never been released before. You know, I put my month stacks a little bit ahead of time together, and I was building up my February stack because my January stack is in motion already, right? Pretty much.
Right. Yeah.
Tomorrow's the last day of 2024. So while putting my February stack together, Mr. Chris Ritchie's Small Town Problems is on the stack for February.
Oh, really?
So that will be my indie read for February.
Fantastic. Well, if you want to check out Small Town Problems, there will be a link in the description. Feel free to head down there and pick up a copy for yourself.
Yeah, it's coming up for me in February.
Thanks to Daniel Green for giving wonderful critique to Chris Ritchie. Thanks to Chris Ritchie for writing what I'm sure is a wonderful, fun book. And, dude, that art was awesome.
Yeah, that art was super cool. I really like that.
I like that style a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Fun. Dennis.
Yeah. So, my wife and I just got back from Pennsylvania where we were visiting our grand.
What was that? I have to go back.
Are you going to start over?
Yeah.
We get to watch it again?
Yeah. So, my wife and I just got back from Pennsylvania where we were visiting our grandchildren. They gave us lots of hugs and it was wonderful and full of love. And of course, they gave us their diseases.
Yes.
Oh, no. Now I feel bad for laughing.
I finished up a book, The Pioneers of the Pathway by Stuart Jaffe. It's book 1 of the Pathway Ring. Stuart Jaffe is a North Carolina author who writes a lot of thrillers, paranormal mysteries, and a few science fiction books. And this is a science fiction book. It's basically a 2-part story sandwiched inside another story. And they're related, but they're spread out across time. The 2 big parts are in the far future, and then the 3 inner parts are in the far, far future. And basically, it's a story of a family as they construct the first pathway ring, which is basically a wormhole anchor that'll anchor one side of a wormhole. And then they need to send a crew through that to the other side, and then they have to build another ring to anchor the other side of the wormhole. So you've got basically the story of building it, and then the story of working to build the second ring. And then the sandwiches in the far future, because it's Stuart Jaffe, he sandwiched these science fiction stories in between a murder mystery. And there are more mysteries that are hinted at as it goes on. It's an incredibly good read. I enjoyed it a lot. So again, Pioneers of the Pathway by Stuart Jaffe. Merry Christmas. Of course, that's past for you guys. And Happy New Year. Oh, wait, that's past too. What happened in January?
Not quite. Not quite, Dennis. Hey, that sounds awesome. We can write that down. Put a link to that down there too.
Stuart Jaffe, his book that Dennis was talking about there will be linked down in the description as well.
Yeah.
I love that Dennis chooses just every time he makes a submission, he just wants to shout out an author he feels like isn't getting enough attention. That's really great.
I love that. Dennis is the man.
Mm-hmm. Always.
Giving generous soul.
Feel better, Dennis.
How's it going, Talking Story family? My name is Preacher, and this is my first submission to Town Square. What we're going to do today, just to kick off my first video, is what I'm calling the 2024 Preachy Awards. Let's get started. My first one is going to be called the Criminally Underrated Award. The Failures by Benjamin Lyer. Second, my biggest surprise of 2024, The Bloodstones by Tori Tekken. My next one is a little bit of a weird one. I'm calling it my Actually Like King Award. This is when everyone says that someone is like Stephen King, and then you find out that some people actually can write like Stephen King. And this year, that award goes to Ronald Malfi. This has been my year of Malfi. I've read, I believe, 4 of his books. My next award is called the Best Book 2 Award, Empire of the Damned by Jake Kristoff.
Oh, yeah.
Not much I have to say about this besides the fact that it is fantastic. My next award is There's Something in My Eye Award 2024, and that is Ordinary Grace by William Kent Kruger. What a book. Next, we have what I think is the most important award today. It's not one that I want to give out, but I think it must be addressed. And that is the worst take of 2024. Now, I want to do this right, and so I've written down what I need to say here. I want to say it correctly. On December 17th, Talking Story released a video called the best / surprising / touching moments of 2024. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. At the 10:41,
I didn't use that many.
Jacob said this.
Oh, crap.
The ending of Morningstar just kind of fizzled for me.
Ah, come on, man.
Morningstar just killed the momentum for me, man.
Yeah.
Jacob, there's some things I need to say.
Yeah.
What
Get
you
him, preacher.
have said in this video was hurtful. What you said, no. My next award, to the best new role in 2024. This one was an easy one. This book could have won multiple awards, but I felt like this encapsulated what I loved the most about this series. And that is The God Eater Saga by Rob J. Hayes. This is such an awesome world. Next was one that I couldn't come up with one for, so I just made a tie because this is my video, and that is the best standalone of 2024. My ties are this. The first is Pure Nessie. I don't have a physical copy right now. I borrowed it from my library. My second one is Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wong. Next, we have my best characters of 2024, and this was a series that I started at the end of 2023, and I'm almost caught up on, and man, I think this is probably most people's answer on YouTube right now, and that is Dungeon Crawler Carl. My next to last award is a negative one, and that is my hottest take. And my hottest take is very simple. My hottest take is that the Dandelion Dynasty, it's just fine. It's okay. Now for my last award, the book of the year. The best book I read this year, and the best book I think a lot of people read in the last 2 years. And that is Lightbringer by Pierce Brown. Oh, baby. I know some people...
That's why you were so mad I didn't like Morningstar.
Didn't think Iron Gold was quite as good as the first trilogy. And I would disagree for the most part. I thought Dark Age was fantastic. But Lightbringer just hits an absolute home run. I don't know about you, but I'm dying to get Red God. I can't wait for it. I hope it comes in 2025. And if not, I'll cry a little bit, but that's okay. Lightbringer, best book I read in 2024.
Oh man. Okay, here's the thing. When Preacher sent me a DM saying I had to speed up my video because it came in long. So to get it into the time restraints for Town Square, he had to speed it up. So I that was awesome. First of all, he has amazing taste. Like almost everything he said, I 100% agree with. The things I haven't read yet. So it makes me want to read him even more.
I mean,
but I got to tell you, you did miss that take.
I didn't feel it, man. I will say, Preacher, you sent in your real name with the email. I didn't know if you wanted me to include that or not, so I just put Preacher on there. I hope you submit again, because that was awesome. So if you submit again, man, let me know in the email if you want your actual name in there.
That was amazing. Keep those coming. I love that.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Except
maybe
for
not
the
at that speed.
Morningstar part. Yeah.
Welcome back to Talking Story.
Oh, no.
My name is John Mitten. Right there, that is the best producer on BookTube. It says so on bathroom walls all over the tri-state area, I believe.
Hey guys, I know you put a lot of effort into these videos each and every week, and to save you a little bit of time, here's your new introduction.
Oh no. Now I'm scared.
Welcome back to Talking Story. My name is John Mitten. Right there is my literary wingman.
Now, why did no one tell me to shave?
Carl
Popovich, the woman in misery.
The boy wonder to my BookTube Batman. Batman. I'm going to give you that.
Penguin.
That is the best producer on BookTube.
I am left out of the production meetings, apparently. The Demon in White. Mary Shelley.
My number one son.
The wild man Jacob Mitten.
That one, dude.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Man, I've forgotten 90% of those.
I can't remember. I would say 100% of what we say here. I don't remember.
I forgot Wild Man even happened. We gotta bring that back.
We should bring that back. That should come back into rotation.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gryftkin.
That was amazing, Gryftkin. As always, he always cuts something together. It's great.
Hello, this is Heidi.
Heidi.
I was talking to Leslie at the Nerdy Narrative, and I asked her, I wanted to try Stephen Graham Jones. Which one should I start with? She told me to start with this book.
Yeah.
I Was a Teenage Slasher. And this book was fantastic.
Ooh,
it's full-on literary fiction with just a horror slant. I loved the author's voice from the very first page. Sympathy, fear, excitement were just some of the emotions I felt when I was reading this book. But halfway through, there's a huge, delightful surprise. I wasn't reading a book anymore. At that moment, I was transported to my old basement in the house I grew up. I was 15 years old again. The lights were off. I was clutching a pillow. I was munching on popcorn, and I was watching a slasher movie. I definitely recommend this book. It was really great, and it was different, and it's just delightful. For the title, you would think it's a horror book, but it's different. And the best thing about it is the prose. It's very unusual. I hope you all read it. Bye.
Oh, Heidi, you sold me. There's nothing like a time machine read, something that takes you back to your younger self and you get to visit and remember. Oh, it's just the best. I just love those types of read. That's you've sold me, Heidi. Absolutely. Love that.
I wouldn't even around in that time, and that still sounded awesome. I would totally read that.
Well, Stephen Graham Jones, I've only read one of his, but it was great.
Yeah,
was
you loved
straight
it.
up really
I remember
great.
that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
well,
Heidi and Leslie.
Heidi.
Yeah, Heidi and Leslie.
Oh,
how it's got to be great.
Well, Heidi sent in another submission, so now we get more.
Okay. Oh, we get double the Heidi, man.
Hello, Talking Story. This is a quick one. I just wanted to play this audio narrator. I was listening to De-Evolution by Max Brooks, and he did a cameo narration. So I searched Audible to see if he did anything else. It looks like he only did this, but he's fantastic. So I wanted you to hear it as well. I wanted everybody to hear it.
Podium Audio presents The Salvage
Nathan
Group
Fillion.
by Udunjia Wijeratna. Hi there, this is Nathan Fillion here. We're going to be spending the next 8 hours or so together. So I've sanitized my voice for your ears' protection. Let's do this.
How great is that? He is fantastic. And I just wanted everybody to hear that because it's very unusual to have an intro to an audiobook like that. Okay, bye.
Heidi, come on.
I want Nathan Fillion to read all my books.
I can't wait. I cannot wait for Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner. I cannot wait.
Yeah, people were trashing the wig, man. I kind of like it.
No, man, I'm telling you.
He looks like a tool. That's how it should be.
That's it. That's spot on. He should look like a tool. That was awesome, Heidi. I'm a huge Nathan Fillion fan. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Heidi.
What's up, Talking Story? I'm Jordan from the First Line Library, and I'm glad to be back here with the best booktuber and producer on YouTube. Can't believe we are closing in on the end of 2024. So I hope everyone is having a wonderful holiday season and are getting in some great reads. If you're like me, you have some reads spilling over into the new year. I'm not typically one for building a monthly TBR, or any TBR for that matter, but I definitely have a handful of books that I want to make sure I fit in this coming year. I have January lined up with Outlander for a buddy read, but I need some help picking what to jump into after that. I'm torn between Empire of Silence, The Dragonbone Chair, and The Winter King. I'm leaning towards Empire of Silence because I'm feeling a bit of FOMO, but the other two have been on the backlog for quite a while. Anyway, I would greatly appreciate some input, so let me know what I should pick up after Outlander. But before I take off, I just wanted to share my thanks to John and Jacob and all of you for being the best people on this vast expanse of YouTube. It can be kind of full of negativity on here, but this community really means a lot to me, and I am blessed to have people who care about me and what I have going on. That's all. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.
That's awesome, man. Jordan. That's awesome, my friend. Thank you so much.
Go sub to First Line Library. He's down in the description, just like everybody else. If it says channel on there, everyone's down there. Yeah.
And check them out. They're all wonderful channels, wonderful people. man, you can't lose. Like, you can't lose there.
I was gonna say, I mean, only thing I can say is I don't have much credibility because I've only read Empire of Silence out of those, but I think it kind of depends what you're looking for, Jordan. Because if you're looking to continue the series and you're just gonna keep going, I would say maybe Empire of Silence would be a really good pick. If you're just looking to dip in and dip out, maybe head out with the, Dragonbone Chair or one of the other ones, because people seem to, Winter King was the other one. Yeah. People seem to really love those as a first book. And I think, I haven't read Howling Dark yet, but I'm a little bit through The Lesser Devil, and Empire of Silence is not as strong as Rockio can be. So maybe one of the others, unless you're looking to stick with Sun Eater right away, in which case Empire of Silence is great.
I'm gonna echo you. I'm gonna say Empire of Silence, and the reason, and I love Winter King. Okay. I haven't done Dragonbone Chair yet, but Outlander, it's that historical. You're gonna get that still kind of. If you move from Outlander to Winter King, you're still getting that historical vibe. And Dragonbone Chair, it's epic fantasy, but you're still getting that Western mythical European, knights, I feel, swords and that kind of vibe. So I think to mix things up a little bit. You say like you don't plan your TBRs that far in advance, so maybe you're a bit of a mood reader and you like just different flavors, different tastes. So I would say go into Empire of Silence because you've just had some historical fantasy with maybe some swords and high action, and for a little bit of a breath of fresh air, different taste, I would say Empire of Silence.
That is fair. That makes sense. Although people leave comments and let Jordan know what he should read next.
Yeah, hit us up in comments.
I have not read Winter King or Dragonbone Chair, and you've not read Dragonbone Chair, so we could be missing something.
So they absolutely, and they're both like amazingly highly thought of. I mean, Winter King, that trilogy's on my all-time list. So yeah, you can't go wrong with any of those choices. But hit Jordan up in comments and at his channel and let him know what he should read next.
Absolutely.
Hey, just a quick break from the show to say a very special thank you to all of our correspondents, our directors, and our producers here that help us build the channel. Together, they do so many things. They help us make decisions. They help us keep the lights on and keep rolling, all the way up to taking over our channel once a month and getting their content on our channel. If you're interested and you have any questions about it, right down there in the description box under the Patreon link, you can find out all about it. And just a very special thank you to all of these people. Now, back to the show.
Hey, Talking Store family. Happy December to everyone. Mark. I hope everyone's having a fantastic holiday season, and I wish you and yours all the best. John, you mentioned in a recent video, speaking of God Eater, the theme of what you'd be willing to sacrifice to live in a better society as far as limiting your personal freedoms. And I haven't read God Eater, I can't speak to that, but I will say in one instance that is 100% worth bending the knee and being a subject is being an honorable citizen of Latveria under Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom.
You should definitely take that chance, given it. Dr. Doom is second smartest person in Marvel, behind his nemesis Reed Richards, and top 5 magic user. He's going to keep everyone safe, and he runs a tight ship where everyone's prosperous. A quick example of what a Q&A at like a State of the Union address would be in Latveria. You simply be like, hey, Doom, give us an update here. And he's like, how about poverty? He's like, doesn't exist. It's like, doesn't exist? No, everyone works and wants it. They get paid really well. And if for some reason you can't work, we're still going to take care of you, and you and your family are going to be great. Oh, okay. What about crime? Yeah, no, also, that doesn't exist. We don't tolerate it. It's like, yo, you don't tolerate it? No, they get vaporized if they're dumb enough to commit any crimes. Got it. It's like, what about healthcare system? That's important to everyone. It's like, well, we have the best hospitals in the world, and if the hospitals don't work, we also have magic that could probably help you out. It's free for everyone, available to everyone. There's no waits. You're gonna get all the medical care you need. Oh, that's cool. What about national security? You're not exactly the most popular guy. Certainly that's an issue. He's like, no, not an issue at all. If anyone threatens this country, I just vaporize them. You're like, vaporize them? Yeah, that's right. They'll be off the face of the universe forever. So I'm not too worried about it. You're like, well, I guess, I guess we can all go to lunch early. Sounds pretty good. And if that doesn't convince you, things like this happen. Blood Hunt. Awesome little 5-part miniseries. Real fun read. But, vampires block the sun and take over the whole world. Whatever little heroes are left, they have to go to Doom because they're like, hey, Latveria is not touched by vampires. The rest of the world is under siege. How come Latveria is fine? And Doom has to be like, listen, dum-dums, We know vampires exist. And with that knowledge of vampires existing, I have put things in place to make sure they can't harm my people and my subjects. So, living in Latveria would be awesome. Totally worth it. Doom's the best. And I would sleep just fine at night. My wife would be like, "Hey, honey, did you hear the news? Vampires are taking over the whole world and killing everyone." I'd be like, yeah. I got a busy day tomorrow. I'm just gonna turn it in. But we're cool, right? She's like, yeah. Doom's not gonna let anything happen to us. I'm like, oh, great, that's awesome. So yeah, everyone should live in Latveria. Dr. Doom's the greatest. And see you guys next time.
I had no idea about all that.
It's hard to argue with that, man. Victor Von Doom would make a fine, political leader for these times. There's a lot of vaporizing going on.
There must be a con.
There's a slippery slope, but it's like, but the vaporizing, that's got to, that's
I mean, I will say, as a crime deterrent,
vaporizing
works pretty well. Yes. I would imagine
it would work on me. Just saying. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark. That was awesome.
Always great with the comic Rex, man. I love that guy.
What a beard, Jesus!
Right.
What's up, everybody? I want to talk about a book that I just finished yesterday, actually, as I'm recording this, which was the first book in the Darth Bane trilogy in the Star Wars EU, and it's called The Path of Destruction. And this book was awesome, dude. I've been reading one of these Star Wars books every now and then the last year or so. These Old Republic books that really far back in the timeline, focus more on the Sith. And it's just been so fun, right? And this book was fantastic, dude. If you like Star Wars at all, you would really like this, especially if you're interested in the Sith, like me. If you like the villains, check this out. We get to see the descent or ascent, depending on how you feel about it, of this character into a Sith Lord and sort of changing the ways of the Sith from what they were way back in the day. Now it's sort of, we're seeing the timeline of how it's sort of becoming the Sith that we know in the movies that came out, right? And so that's just been so cool to see those dots starting to connect. And the character of Darth Bane is so interesting. And there's a lot of maneuvering and there's, multiple POVs that we see. It's a pretty simple, straightforward story, but at the same time, like, you can't trust anybody, man. Like, everybody's betraying everybody, which is, of course, they're Sith. And we get some cool combat. It's a page turner. It's been awesome. So looking forward to getting into book 2 soon, which is called The Rule of Two. If you know anything about Star Wars, like, probably you're like, oh, okay, that sounds really cool, and I'm excited to see what that's about. So there you go. Darth Bane, if you like Star Wars, go check it out.
Awesome, man.
Always cool to hear from Jake.
Absolutely.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but...
and check out Nerd Level Rising. Hey, some people aren't thrilled with the Star Wars universe right now on Disney Plus or in the movies. It's like, you know what? Maybe the books are what you're looking for, because then you can get the cinema of the mind and create it exactly the way you want it to be. Some of these stories, I bet, are absolutely amazing and great. Thanks for Jake shining a light there. Check out that channel. It is awesome.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Hello, fellow
Rhys.
Tinglers. My name is Rhys from the Rhys Writing YouTube channel. I hope, John, Jacob, you've had an amazing holiday, amazing
Thank you,
Christmas.
My brother.
Hope you have a happy new year. I hope everything's amazing with you and the family. Today, I want to talk about one of my favorite reads of 2024, and that is the Gormenghast trilogy. So this is the first one, Titus Grown. Second one is Gormenghast, and the third one is Titus Alone. It is about this vast, expanding castle, and it's a sort of a labyrinth of rooms that have these really amazing characters, really well-drawn, unique, interesting characters. The whole world feels alive. It feels like it is constantly moving, constantly changing. The birth of a new baby, Titus Grown, is the main plot in the first story, but it has lots of different intrigue and lots of politics with the sisters and the doctor. Everyone has a part to play. Anyway, that is Titus Grown. I should probably stop. I also wanted to say how amazed I am for you to reply to comments. Have that discussion is really important to me as someone who's had, problems this year. It means a lot. So thank you so much for, just being there. I love your sort of discussions with Jakob and Best Damn Producer on BookTube. Thanks for having me. This is my first town hall, so go easy on me, guys. Come back, and I'll see you in January, probably.
Rhys, okay, first of all,
that was sweet.
Thank you for commenting, man. That's the whole reason why we're here, is to have people to talk books about. And we love Rhys's comments. We love talking back and forth with Rhys. And I have thought back and forth about, should I do Titus Grown? Should I not? Like, I hear great things, but it's like, then I hear things that make me think maybe not. Go easy on you. You sold this to me. You made me really want to get into this. Like, I'm kind of excited now to give this a try. That's the first pitch I've heard on that trilogy that kind of made me really go, oh, that sounds freaking awesome.
That did sound awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, go subscribe to Rhys, who I'll tack on and say, third of all, I could listen to that dude's voice all day. That was lovely.
Like that.
Maybe it was because he had the microphone right here, but it's really bassy.
I don't think that would make it. I could put my face right here, and I'm not going to sound that way.
That was disgusting. Don't do that.
Yeah, again. No, don't do that again. Rhys, do it all day long. It's amazing.
Hello, Talking Story family. Welcome back to Town Hall, my Christmas edition of the Town Hall. And today, I wanted to talk about a very cozy Christmas read. I was told by my PR team that my last Town Hall submission was a little bit too far, so I'm going to try and tone it down a little bit and do a video discussing a very cozy Christmas read. And that cozy Christmas read is City of Thieves by David Benioff. David Benioff, you might think, the guy who wrote Game of Thrones? Yes, you would be correct. This book is fantastic, though.
Yes.
Now, John, I know you've read this already. I'm recommending this to your audience. But I think this is a great Christmas read. Nothing really says Christmas like cannibalism, Nazis, and the horrors of war. This is a really great book about the horrors of war, but it's also a really touching story about a great friendship between these two guys who are in probably the most hellish part of World War II that isn't the Pacific Theater. I mean, what can I really say? I mean, tell him, Pooh. Tell him about it. Anyway,
why?
This is a great book, and I think people should read it. It's a good Christmas read. It takes about 2 or 3 days. You could probably knock this out. But yeah, City of Thieves. Hope you guys enjoy it. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's.
Right back at you, Britain, and you are so correct. That book is amazing, and it encapsulates every bit of the human experience: love, loyalty, humor, the depths of depravity. It is all there in a very slim volume, and it's absolutely a phenomenal read. Everyone should pick that book up. It is such a great journey.
I love that in Britain's submission where he selects a book for other people. He even admits, like, I'm not talking to you, John. I'm talking to you, who have not read City of Thieves.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
He knows who to talk to.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Britain.
That was awesome, man. Double of Britain. Can't beat that.
Let's raise a glass of Dr. Pepper with TBRs piled high. We're blessed from above. Ta, 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 ta. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I was just reading A Christmas Carol. Not only is this one of my favorite novels of all time, but actually it is the only book that I consistently read every single year. And I would like to tell you a little bit, not about this, but about the best movie adaptation out there. This is a debate that goes on, and we need to set the record straight. Muppet Christmas Carol, it's amazing, but it's not the best one. That weird animated one Robert Zemeckis did that has the slightly creepy faces, I have a soft spot for it, but it's not the best one. The one with George C. Scott, give me a break. Great actor, not the best of Christmas Carol.
Hey. I like that one.
This version, the version from the 1950s with Alistair Sim, is the best one. Yes, it's in black and white. Yes, it's old, but it is the best version, and I'll tell you why. First of all, Alistair Sim plays the best version of Scrooge put to film. He doesn't play him as a mean guy, which a lot of people do. They play him as vindictive and angry. He plays him as a man who believes he's right. No, he's just correct about this. It's a humbug. People are wasting their time and money, and you're ripping me off. And it makes the performance just that much more realistic. And also, it has the best script for A Christmas Carol in any of the versions. Pulls all the right lines from the books while adding in the proper bits that you need for a smooth adaptation. And it has my favorite line in any adaptation of A Christmas Carol ever, and that is at the end of it, when Scrooge has gone through his Christmas experience. He's laughing in his office after he sent Bob Cratchit away, and he says to himself, "I don't deserve to be so happy, but I just can't help it." And I think that's, in my mind, the best phrase that summarizes this season. So I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody at the Talking Story Town Hall. Merry Christmas, John and Jacob. Thank you all so much for this channel. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you, Sam.
Sam, check out that channel again. Great. You know what? What a great sentiment for everything we have. We don't deserve all this, but it's amazing what we have. Like that.
I love that line too. I mean, I don't know if I've seen that version of A Christmas Carol, but now I gotta watch it.
Version. I've seen every other version he mentioned, but I've not seen that version.
I like the George C. Scott one a lot, and that seemed to be his least favorite.
I love the George C. Scott one. That would be my favorite up to this point, but I think I need to go find that Alistair Sim version.
That does sound really good.
Yeah.
If anyone else has watched that, let us know if you think it's good too. I'll have to find where that's streaming or something.
Let the debate rage. What's the best movie adaptation of Scrooge? Hit us up in comments. Oh, here we go.
Hey, John. Hey, Jacob. Now, normally, I would be saying it's time for another inappropriate time for a book recommendation. But given the time of year, I think I'm going to change things up just a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So, your channel is called Talking Story, and you and Jacob just posted a video about stories that impacted your life. And so, instead of an inappropriate time for a book recommendation, I think it's time for me to do the most appropriate book recommendation for the most appropriate time. And I can think of nothing better than the #1 selling book of all time, my Bible. You know, John and Jacob, both of you were talking about stories that impacted your life or stories that changed you. And there's no greater story of redemption. There's no greater story of forgiveness, of empathy, and of love than this story right here, front to back. Now, I would recommend starting in the book of John. And the reason for that is it's the book of love. It is a love letter from God to us. And it explains so much about his character, and it really defines who we are. And so when I think about story, and I think about stories that really impact me and change me, there's nothing that will ever come close to this. So what I'd like to do is just to encourage anyone that's still looking for a story that can really change you, that can really impact you, and that has depth and meaning. And maybe you're at a position at this time of year that you feel hopeless or you don't feel as loved as you think you should. I would recommend that you pick up the book of John. And it's completely free. So if I could only have one book recommendation that somebody else actually picked up and read, it would be this, because it gives us hope, it gives us peace, it gives us comfort, brings us joy, and it shows us what love is. So with that, I just want to say, love you guys. I love this community. I love all of you. Thank you for the time that you've given me, the short amount of time you've given me here. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, or you already have, and I hope you have a great New Year. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.
Oh, man.
Love you too, man.
Love you too, Josh.
What more could you hope for everyone to have this time of year, right?
Yeah. I
Comfort, love, joy. What a wonderful thing to share, Josh. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing that.
I think I've said it before in another video. I'm not a religious man, but I agree with everything Josh said, that there's, especially this holiday season, being around everybody. If you don't celebrate the holidays, that's fine. But it just finding love and experiencing it, that whole spectrum of what we can feel as human beings is why we're here. So seek it out, enjoy it, cherish it. If you can't find it in others, find it within yourself and enjoy every moment of it. It's the most powerful emotion there could be.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. I mean, that's absolutely what it's all about. And, I was lucky enough to spend, we were doing a TBR hijack and we recorded the first part of it and with Josh there. And we just hung out and talked for probably like, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours, and just hanging out.
Really?
Oh my gosh. I mean, we were finished recording in no time. But it was just such a great time and such a great illustration to me, kind of about what Josh is kind of talking about there. This is a time of year when maybe it's a lot of stress and it can get you down. But at the same time, it's a question of perspective. And if you look for things and you find things and you find some joy and some love and some brotherhood around you. And I really so enjoy that time we had together. And I enjoy so much of all the time I have with everyone we've met here. And it's such an honest, amazing privilege that we get to steward or get to be somehow at the center of a community like this, that time and time again shows us the power of art and story and togetherness and love. And it's just, it's changed our life. Absolutely changed our life. So it's been
many
thank
times
you guys
in many
again.
ways.
Yeah.
Man, seeing Josh get emotional hits me for some reason.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel right.
Because, that's when someone opens themselves up like that and shares what they truly believe in, and it's powerful, man. It's absolutely powerful. Yeah. And I cannot thank you enough for doing that. That was special.
Thank you, Josh.
Absolutely.
For everything you do.
Yeah. And thank everybody that sent everything in, especially this time of year, this season. It was so wonderful to see everybody's faces. Everyone that didn't get a submission in, we missed you. We know it's a busy time of year. But hey, try and hit us up in 2025 because we're going to do this every month because it's one of the funnest things we do. We love seeing all of you. There's so many things to hit us up on comments about. What's the best Scrooge book? What are you reading right now? What do you think is the best read for the season that kind of opens up the wonder of the season and the love of the season that you could bring to yourself and others? Share that with us. Hit us up in comments. We're going to answer every single one of them as quickly as we can because comments are the whole reason we're here, is to talk back and forth about books with people that love books and love the kind of books we love. We're going to be right on it, talking with you as soon as we get those comments. And while you're down there, hey, hit that thumbs up button. It helps us grow a little bit. It helps us reach more new people and make more friends, bring more people here together so we can hang out and talk about story and books. And if this is maybe your first time and you're just like, Town Square, what is that? I want to see what that's all about. Hit that subscription button. That allows you to kind of come under the tent with us, be a part of this family, be a part of this group that's growing, that kind of hangs out and shuts out the world sometimes when it gets a little too much and just talks about story and togetherness and how that changes us and all those kind of things. If that's what you're looking for, that's what we do here. So hang out with us and hit that subscription button. I tell you, when you find some people to hang out with like that, it is absolutely powerful. It will give you a little bit of a tingle, and that's just a scientific fact. I think that's kind of it for us, unless you got something else there, buddy.
I mean, I think that's kind of it. Only thing I'll say is it was cool to see some new faces in here, and I want to see more.
Oh, it was awesome.
I demand it.
I demand new faces.
You don't need a nice camera. Pick up your Samsung Galaxy S6 phone and tell us what you're reading.
That's all
Join the club.
It takes.
Hang
You
out
don't
with
need
us.
special lighting. You don't need a camera.
No.
All you need is a heart in your chest, a brain in your head, and a soul at the core to understand how these stories make you feel. And that is powerful, and that is singular. It's going to hit nobody else on the face of the planet, past, present, future, the way it hits you. It will hit you exactly, just completely in a singular way. And why don't you come forward and share that with us? Share someone with your past and your dreams and your future, how that story hits you. That's where the power of the magic lies. And that's what Town Square is all about. And it doesn't matter about cameras, lighting, or anything else. Just do it.
Mr. Rogers just ran full speed with that one. That was
What'd you think of that?
Yeah, well done. That was great.
Well, happy holidays, buddy. Merry Christmas. Love you. Have a great New. I don't think we're going to see a New Year. Are you guys going out or doing something?
I'm not doing anything on New Year's.
Really?
No, I'm taking. You know what? Per the instruction of the lovely woman I live with, I'm not doing a dang thing on New Year's.
You know what?
I've been told to slow down.
Yeah, that's probably very wise.
Yeah, but no, it'll just be me and her in our first place for our first New Year's. I'm excited.
You know what? Try to remember every second of it.
I will do so. I feel very lucky.
That's
I hope
what
you and Mom have a similar experience.
I think we're going to try and do as little as possible as well. And everybody else, I hope you do exactly what you want for New Year's. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Celebrate responsibly. Remember, people care and love you. So look out for yourself out there. And we are going to see you next time here on Talking Story.
So here's to an even better 2025. He's leaking your book to format, but don't ever change your drink. The fear of that occurring makes our collective hearts sink.